everyone, so it's been a while since I've done an update on this channel. Like I said, I'm not going to be updating this one as frequently as my makeup channel, and things have just been really busy. I've been doing a lot of different stuff, working and all that, so haven't really had much time to do something for this channel, and I don't want to just upload crap and just be, have nothing really to say. So today I actually have something that I can tell you. It's kind of like a book recommendation because I did that a video a while back about the Sookie Stackhouse series and True Blood and stuff, and a lot of people wanted to know sort of other books that I recommend. And I've kind of in the last little while sort of stopped reading as much. Like I was reading all that vampire literature and I just kind of got bored of that, so I just wanted to do something. I just wanted to read something totally new. So I actually had like a gift certificate to a bookstore, local bookstore. So I went and checked it out and I had no idea what I was going to get. And they had this big table full of fantasy books, and usually I don't read fantasy literature. So I picked up this book. This is from Terry Goodkind, so if any of you are into fantasy literature, you probably already know about Terry Goodkind because he wrote this whole series of books. This is the German version, but the original language is of course in English, and it's been translated into like 20 different languages because it's a really, really popular saga. Anyway, he wrote this whole book series called the Sword of Truth series, and this is the first one. The German title is Das erste Gesetz der Magie, and so the English title is The Wizard's First Rule. And I picked this up basically because I liked the cover. I was just, oh, that's a pretty picture. I just, I had no idea what it was about. I basically bought it because of the cover, and I'm actually loving this book. Fantasy fiction is something that in a way I kind of like it because it's totally different from reality. You can totally get lost in this different world. And one of my all-time favorites books is The Neverending Story by Machado. He's actually a German author who wrote Neverending Story. And I love that book, even though it's actually a children's book, but if you read it, it's just amazing. He has the most amazing imagination, and this whole world that he builds up, and you just totally get lost in this world. And I loved that. I love that aspect of fantasy fiction. So yeah, this is kind of similar, not in the sense of the story, but it's like there's this whole other world that he describes really well. He's a really good writer. It's not as cheesy as some of these vampire books that I've read. The story is about it's kind of hard to describe. The story is about Richard Cypher. He's one of the main characters in the books, and he is like a forest guide living in this whole world. So there's actually a map of the world here, kind of like in Lord of the Rings. They have like Mordor and stuff. So here there's like the three worlds, and the story is about Richard Cypher, and he meets this woman in the book. Her name's Kalan. I call her Kalan, but I know some people will say it's Kaylin, but I like Kalan better. Anyway, so he meets this woman and they go on this big quest to, fight the bad guys and stuff. And yeah, it ends out that he's kind of like this, he's a person that has been charged with this huge quest to like defeat the evil, and like he has to go on this big mission and stuff. And he also gets help by a wizard named Zed. And yeah, it's a huge story. Like it's hard to just, I can't really describe it in a couple sentences. But if you are into fantasy fiction, I would highly recommend you check out from Terry Goodkind the whole series. I think he's written like 10 books by now. They've all been on the bestsellers list for a really long time, and I'd never heard of this author before. I just picked this book up randomly and I absolutely love it. It is very thick though. I think it's like over 1,000 pages, or it's like, yeah, I think it's like just over 1,000 pages, and I'm already here, so I'm more than halfway now, and I read that in a couple days. And yeah, I'm really liking it. And I was browsing, this was kind of funny, I was browsing on Makeup Alley, something totally different, not related to this book. And then I saw this thread on Makeup Alley where this girl had posted this picture of these two TV people, like from some TV show. And they said, oh, you know, if someone can recommend makeup, like how to do this girl's makeup. So I was looking at the picture and she says it's from the Legend of the Seeker TV show. And I was like, what the heck is that? So I looked it up, Legend of the Seeker, and it's actually that this whole book series has just been made now into a TV series. So I've watched the first 2 episodes of that TV series. It's called Legend of the Seeker. They just finished filming, I think, the first season. The second season is coming out this fall, I believe. And I don't know exactly what channel it's on. I think if you are in the States, you can watch it on hulu.com. And I watched like the pilot, and then I've watched the first episode right now, and I have to say, like, the TV show is really, really different from the book. Like, I absolutely think the book is definitely worth reading, because the TV show is not, it doesn't really go along the story exactly how it is in the book. Like, there's actually a lot of elements that just get skipped over completely, and they've actually changed the story around quite a bit. I mean, only watching those 2 episodes, I can already tell that the TV show is quite different. But if you do like fantasy TV shows and things like that, fantasy stories, and if you definitely think, oh, you know, I'm not going to read these books, I would check out the TV shows. Legend of the Seeker, you can Google it. I don't know exactly what channel it's on in the States. But yeah, I just wanted to do a tip on that, because a lot of people always ask me what books I read and stuff. So I'm currently reading this one, and I do think that once I finish this book, I mean, I'm gonna finish this within the next couple days, I will definitely get this next book, like the second one, because I love the story. And like I said, fantasy fiction is something I'm not very familiar with. I used to read a couple fantasy books when I was like in my teens, but then I kind of stopped. And these are definitely really good books, really good writing. I love the story. It's a really like epic whole story, like a huge saga, you know, good versus evil, magic, has all those elements. Oh, also vampire stuff, because a lot of people were, you know, into True Blood and all that. Have any of you guys seen the Vampire Diaries TV show? I think it just started recently. I've watched like the first few episodes that have come out. I think it's like the 3rd episode or 4th episode now. What do you guys think of that? I started watching it because, you know, True Blood is on break right now. And so I started watching Vampire Diaries just to get my vampire TV show fix. And I have to say, I'm not really liking it. It's really cheesy. I personally find it really trite. Like, to me, it's like Gossip Girl meets Twilight. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's very adult oriented. The whole background music, the whole constant pop music in the background to give that sort of cheesy feel to it, I just don't like it that much. I'm gonna see, you know, maybe I'll keep watching it just to see what happens. But what do you guys think about it? Are you guys watching Vampire Diaries? Is that a show that you guys are into? Or I don't know, let me know any other books that you're reading. If there's anything, you know, that you want to talk about in that department. So yeah, definitely check out Terry Goodkind if you're into fantasy literature. And if you know, even if you're not into fantasy literature and you want to read something totally different and you want to start like a whole series, if you like series books, like each book is kind of developing, I would definitely recommend this author. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys are doing really good. Stay tuned, of course, to my makeup channel. I'll be doing a couple more Halloween looks, and there's going to be a celebrity look coming up that you guys got to vote for on my blog, so that's going to be coming up, and I'm going to be doing some reviews, and yeah. So I hope you guys have a great day, have a great evening, or wherever you are, and I will see you guys later. Bye!